Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawud from GMS Tampa Bay 07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can push in this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. Alright? Now we're going to bring out this here article, I brought out a previous video, about this clean thoroughbred white girl, this statement that these Edomites is coming out with, and more as we get further and further into these, these end times, you're starting to see these other things start to keep, stirring back up in the news, Jacob versus Esau, these types of things, Black Lives Matters and stuff like that, it's been kind of hot and heavy this week with a lot of these stories and stuff like that. All right, this one here is from RT. It says black guy repellent canister for Maori employee sparks Twitter outrage. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this spot. An alleged discrimination case which saw a Maori man being handed a black guy repellent sunscreen canister at his workplace stirred outcry on social media, with Twitterati claiming a racist Australia has sunk to a low place. All right, and really, it's not really Australia sunk to a low place. All right, it's these Edomites. All right, they come into a low place. Like the scriptures say. I believe it's in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, where it says they starting to look upon him. Saying certain things like, "Is this the man that did weakest the nations?" Or basically just revealing who the son of perdition is. Looking at him like, damn, the whole time it was this little nigga. This, like, in the movie The Wizard of Oz, when they go behind the curtain and they see the big almighty Oz, just this little short ass little dude back there with some technology and shit that's making everybody ooh and ah. They were like, damn, this the little nigga right here. You know what I'm saying? This the illest nigga in DC. That's basically what was coming upon these Edomites. They how do I say, they so-called white supremacy and white privilege is starting to fail them, and they becoming exposed on every level. Also, like in the book of Obadiah, I believe around maybe verse 6 or something like that, where it says how are the things of Esau sought up. How are his ways sought up? Like, how come people starting to look into him now? Like, wait a minute, look, who is this? Wait a minute, bruh. So-called treating him, for lack of better terms, treating him so-called equal. Like how the police. This all in a carnal sense, but these are the curses falling upon Esau. Like how the police be pulling over and harassing Jake all the damn time, treating him just like niggas and shit. The same shit is starting to happen on to these Edomites, and so now people are starting to wake up to they bullshit, and treating them just like niggas now. All right, and they getting called out for their shit. This is the same countenance that these damn Edomites have always had, especially since they've been in a rulership, in a kingdom. All right, but now all these other nations, again, like the scriptures say, when they say, "Are thou become as weak as us?" And how the things that Esau sought out, they starting to examine this damn Edomite now, and realize he ain't all that he bigged himself up to be, and it's more or less like, yo, you calling him out on his bullshit and all his wickedness, and like the Most High said, look, I've heard, the blasphemies that you've blasphemed with your mouth, and all these different things. So Esau's starting to be held accountable for a lot of these different things, But again, none of these ways are no new ways, like this black guy repellent stuff. This always been in Esau's heart, but now the times it's changing to where somebody can actually say something like that. Now he's actually being exposed for his wickedness. All right, it says let me read this here again. It says an alleged discrimination case which saw a Maori man being handed black guy repellent sunscreen canister at his workplace stirred up outcry on social media, with Twitterati claiming racist Australia has sunk to a low place. And really, it's just Esau. All right, thou will become as weak as us. He coming down. If Esau's on top shitting on everybody else, Esau now is falling off his goddamn shitting pot into the pile of shit now. All right, he done fell into the whole pile of shit, covered in shit, getting up, wiping his eyes off, looking next to the rest of everybody else that's covered in shit. And they're like, oh. You become weak as us now, nigga? You got shit in your eyes, too. Like, look at you over there now. You know what I'm saying? You getting caught out on your bullshit now, We all knew you was like this, but ain't, nobody, first of all, dared to say anything about it. And the people who did was either silent, shut up, you know what I'm saying? Did something was happen to them, or nothing happened at all. They're like, oh, they're just lying. America's not racist. You got the other chick that's in the news, can't think of her, Omarosa, trying to exposing these damn devils and exposing the shit that she was a part of as well, you know. But that's a prime example of how the scriptures say, "Come out of her, my people," you know. So you know what I mean. You know, even though she admitted, you know, hey, look, I was a part of the same ass shit, you know. But what they was doing was wrong, nevertheless, you know. And that's you know, that's a different topic, but that's just a prime beautiful example, you know. Lord willing, I actually do a lesson on that, you know. But that's a prime example of coming out of her, my people, waking up to the fact that these the damn devils, man. This is the damn devil on the planet Earth, man, and all these signs is pointing to him. All right, none of these are our words, you know what I'm saying, or how we feel about this, and that. Look, all we doing, the Most High said, "I've called thee to be a watchman into the house of the children of Israel." All right, we supposed to be just straight watchmen. If there's battle coming, if there's soldiers coming, ring the alarm. Let my people know. Warn my people from me. Let them know what's popping. All right, and the Most High said, "Look, in the end time, all these signs finna start coming." All right, and all these signs, so watch ye therefore. All right, now if we watching for the signs and we were set up to be the watchmen, we ringing the alarm. All we telling you is the weather forecast. Look, bro, look. Just because you decide to have your little baby birthday party or whatever, your wedding shower or whatever, man, your wedding on the beach, you know, you decide to have your wedding on the beach and you spend, you know, $1 million on that bitch, right? And you wake up that morning and I'm the weatherman saying, look, man, Hurricane Katrina finna sweep through that bitch today at 12 o'clock, right when your wedding start. Bro, you can't be mad at me about this shit, bro. Those ain't my words. I'm just telling you what the fuck's in the weather. I didn't create the shit. You see what I'm saying? That's just what's popping. All right. And so this is what the prophets was set up to do, to warn the people and the children of Israel, first and foremost, of their transgressions. You know who they are. Bring, you know, take these two sticks and put them back together in your hand. Let them know who they are. You know, put that skin on them, the valley of dry bones. Then tell them their transgressions. You know, turn from their ways. But then also tell them about these other nations. Esau and them. Get up off of them. Come up out of her, my people, man. Leave these people alone. They the damn devil, man. They sins have reached unto heaven, and you don't want to catch the hell that's finna rain down on their ass. So back up, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Get up under that umbrella, and the only umbrella you're gonna be able to get is the Lord. All right. The Lord said he gonna be a cloak and a covering. All right, unto the elect. You know, that's Ezekiel 9:4. You know, and so we have to come up out of these different philosophies, ways, and just customs of being over here in Babylon, you know, being in America, being Americanized, you know, Babylonianized. All right. We done been in this sleep and slumber for too long. We got to wake up and see what the fuck is going on around us every damn day. You know, every day the Most High is showing us these news articles. That's every day. I mean, there's so many damn news articles that, like, literally, that, I mean, you don't even gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you don't even gotta reach far for this, man. It's just every day, and it's like coming in waves, man. The Most High is showing signs after signs after signs after signs after signs, waking the people up, trying to wake the people up, trying to show the people what the hell is going on in hand. What is more important than all these so-called racist stories coming out in the news? You see what I'm saying? All these stories about thermonuclear weapons coming out in the news, space program weapons coming out in the news, robots and RFID. What is the importance of all of these stories keep coming out in the news back to back to back to back? What the hell is that's them trumpets being blasted in your ear, man. The Most High is screaming this shit out to you right now, like, yo, man, my people need to wake up, you know. And it's also a beautiful thing, you know. I mean, hey, man, any way the Most High move is beautiful, you know. The Most High, you know what I'm saying, has got it, you know what I'm saying, to the point to, if you know, you ain't necessarily in this truth for listening to the men of the Lord, you know. These are just regular news stories, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High gave us, you know, that spirit of discernment to be able to read through these news stories. He said, watch ye therefore. He gave us the signs and told us to watch ye therefore. And what the hell are we watching? We watching, you know, in modern days, you know, modern day living today, we got the news that show us, you know, the things that's going on around the world, all these calamities and prophecies coming to pass. So we watch the news and we got the spirit of the Lord to be able to decipher what these stories is telling us. All right. This is the Most High basically like crying out unto us saying, hey, man, look, listen, you know, X, Y, and Z is popping off. You know, the time is coming. The time is near, you know. Come out of her, my people, you know. My time is drawing nigh that I'm coming and approaching the earth, you know. Get your house in order, clean up your house, you know. Set your ways in righteousness, you know. Come out of this wickedness, you know. Put off the ways of old, you know. Seek the Lord while you can. Seek the Lord while you can. Seek the Lord early, you know. And you know, how does it say? Put off from tarrying, you know. You know, these stories aren't just, it's just out here, you know, and it's not just how the world's gonna go. You know, every day you're gonna just keep hearing these stories, and then people gonna march and stuff like that. Nah, man, the Lord is stirring these here stories up for a certain reason. The Lord is stirring these here stories up for the simple fact of, you know, the fact that He wants to make a point, because he wants to wake His children up, you know, turn them back towards the ways of the Most High, by way of what? The prophets, the men of the Lord. All right. It says, Macduff Tubagi is seeking damages from Queensland tour firm Rainbow Beach Adventure Company and two of its employees, Marvin O'Neill and Joe Mahone, over the alleged discrimination, which one of them claimed was just a joke between friends. All right, it's just a joke, you know. And what is that in, like, not modern day, but ancient days? A byword and a proverb, you know. You just a joke, you know. That and that's how they look at your life and value your life, as a damn joke, you know. They look at you as nothing more than just you know, like they say in over there in Israel with those Israelis, or they just goyim, you know, they just pieces of shit, they ain't nothing, you know. And that's really how these people look at you, you know. This is what's really inside their spirit and how they feel about you, you know. Because they got caught and had to explain themselves, you know. Probably they thought they was explaining to one of their homies or something that wasn't gonna report and put their ass on blast like this. But hey, that's the spirit of the Lord showing you Jake out here, how these people that you so-called close and buddy with, you know, really hate your guts, man. They really hate your guts all the way down to the core. You know, it's inside of them. It's instilled in them from the days that Isaac was still on the earth. You know, when Esau said, look, for the days of our hand, you know, for the days of my father at hand, basically he was on his deathbed, you know. But basically when he passed, you know, I'm going to slay my brother, you know. And he told his mother, Rebecca, that he purposed in his heart of killing his brother. You know, he comforted himself purposing to kill his brother, you know. So that's pretty much what he got in his heart to do. You know, that's what he's got set out to do, you know. But nevertheless, you know, our people need to see, be able to see the, you know, characteristics or the distinction or the spirit of this damn devil, you know, and stop cleaving unto their ways, you know, and leave that death, I call it a death style lifestyle, you know. Stop following after the ways of death, you know, dyeing your hair blonde, trying to be like them, look like them, and live like them, assimilate with them, and all these different things, man. You don't want to be like them. They live a death lifestyle, you know. And then in the end of their little kingdom, you know, they living it up. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So they're in their right spirit right now, you know. So, you know, just how do I say, you know what I'm saying? Come back to the law, statutes, commandments. Let them go, you know. Like the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, you know, the wicked shall not go unpunished, you know. And you know, as a side note, you know, for some of you, Jake, you know, especially if you know, you're a newcomer coming into this, you know, you just coming into this, you know. You might be growing up in you know, your Jake neighborhood or whatever, whatnot, and you got a close friend. Your real close buddy might be a so-called white guy or something like that, you know, or your girlfriend might be a so-called white chick or something like that, or maybe one of your parents, not one of your parents, but like, how do I say, like your mom or something like that, you know, not your dad, you know. Even so, if your dad might look like a so-called white man, you know, because you got the Blake Griffin deal, but we have what they call a confusion of face. But again, if your spirit resonates with this, or like I was saying, if you got a friend, you know, a friend in the world that y'all just, you know, y'all got the same ways or whatever, whatnot, you know, sometimes you might describe him, hey, bro, he more blacker than I am. You know what I'm saying? They're not no little try-hard Malibu's Most Wanted type, but like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like, I can't think of a reference, but nevertheless, you know, if you want to see an example of this, look at Blake Griffin, from his father to Blake Griffin's son, you know. There's something called a confusion of face. So don't let that be a stumbling block unto you. But, you know what I'm saying? Pray to the Most High that He give you the spirit of discernment to be able to see the ways and the actions of these Edomites and how Edomites get down. They got a very distinct spirit, man. They act a certain type of way, you know. They proud, you know. They do shit like this. Oh, we was just doing this as a joke. A black guy repellent. Why would you even say some shit like that? What would make you even think of something like that? You don't want black people, so-called black people around you. Why? Because why? You think that they beneath you. All right. It says Tubagi claims that he had to take sick leave after being left with anxiety and distress after receiving the sunscreen canister wrapped in fluorescent yellow tape with the words "Black guy repellent, sick and caution, only used on blacks" written on the tape in black marker. You know, so homeboy, you know what I'm saying? And hey, look, listen, I ain't even gonna front saying that old boy was just being a bitch about some shit like that, this and that, but just thinking about all of this, you know, hey man, homeboy might have some traumatic, hey, he might be in the right spirit, you know, because that's what the Lord trying to do, is wake you up, you know what I'm saying, into who you are. Like the scripture say in Deuteronomy, remember the days of old, remember the many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he'll tell you, and their fathers, and they'll show you. You know what I'm saying? Go look back to your history, how these goddamn Edomites got down in the past, and gator bait, and all kind of shit like that. You know, these devils ain't changed not one bit. You know, so homeboy having flashbacks and is probably tearing them inside, tearing them up inside, because why? He clinging into this Babylon and his Babylonian ways, and the Babylonian Jews here talking about some, oh listen, we all are created equal, we all the same, and I want to grow up here and believe in this and blah 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 blah, the American way and the American dream. And he wants to sincerely believe in that and believe that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, why is the world so wicked and so much hate in the world? Like, no, it's these goddamn Edomites that act like that. It's not the planet, it's these Edomites that's like that. All right, but you all mad and bugged out because you want a world of peace and this and that and be buddy. No, you want a world of peace with Esau. That's all you want, you know, because you don't care about none of these other nations, just Esau. All right, you want to be buddy with him, but that ain't how it is or how it's gonna be, you know. So homeboy torn inside because he can't understand that Esau has that perpetual hatred for him. All right, that's why you got to come up out of her, my people, and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, like the scriptures say, the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib, but my people Israel don't know it. You know, neither do they basically inquire. They don't even ask about the shit, you know. It says the incident happened, and really that's the big picture. That's what's wrong with a lot of our people in a whole. Every time Jake gets shot down or some shit, Jake start bugging out and crying and marching. Oh, why everything going bad? We need some kind of help. We tired of getting shit at all. Hey, listen, if you really felt like that and you wasn't all tied to that Babylonian juice and trying to be equal to the white man, you come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and you realize what the Most High is already doing unto these damn Edomites, man. He bringing these curses upon them. He bringing them down at an alarming fast rate right now. You know, they in a, how do I say, a global state of emergency. Wherever Edomites are, they declining rapidly right before your eyes, and you ain't even got to touch them. You see what I'm saying? They just dropping dead left and right and committing suicide left and right. You hear what I'm saying? So, but if you came back to the law, statutes, commandments and understood this word and understood these prophecies, you would be comforted in these words, like the scriptures say. All right, you would understand the end and the downfall of the enemy. All right, you would be able to behold that. The scriptures say, "Blessed are your eyes to see the things that you see, and that hear the things that you hear." For many kings and prophets desire to hear, or righteous men desire to hear the things that you hear and see the things that you see, and have not seen them and have not heard them. All right. They wish to see when we gonna be equal, when we gonna be free. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand, because we not gonna be equal. All right, we never gonna be equal. All right, when this is all said and done, we're gonna be superior unto everybody. Everybody gonna be beneath us. All right, and these Edomites is coming down. So once you understand that, this is comforting into your life. All right, and you wouldn't be, you know, torn inside and taking sick days off because you're struggling between what you were sold as the American dream, everybody equal, and you know that's how you feel. And what's in reality, these damn devils showing their face card as being a devil against you. Got a black guy repellent. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you ain't wanted or you ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? You not according to them. You a piece of their property, man. You gotta get in that king-like mentality and understand where you at, man. And come back to this law, statutes, commandments, and see what the glory that the Most High is about to unveil unto you. All right, the kingdom of heaven, servants. Ask of me, and I should give thee. Ask of me, and I should give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost for thy possession, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy inheritance. All right, man, you about to inherit all these heathen under you. So let them keep scoffing, so you can be like, all right, yeah, hey man, all these words, hey, you gonna have to account for all this shit in that day. All right, and you gonna be, you know, Lord willing, you could have been a part of that number that's over here spraying these goddamn Edomites with some Edomite repellent. All right, it says the incident happened in 2016 after the complaint. After the complaint had asked his boss Marvin O'Neill for sunshade to protect him from the sun as he worked in the company's cars. You know, and prime example of come out of her, my people. Our people grow up into this society believing that we the same as these goddamn Edomites, and we not. Hey man, everything is different here, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? When they speak, they in rulership. So when they speak for all and for whole to their own people. But we take that upon our own self. For prime example, John 3:16. You know what I'm saying? For God so loved the world that whosoever, who are they talking to? They talking to Israelites. All right. So the same way is when these Edomites talk, you know, about certain things. Well, we was all created free and equal. All right. Prime example, 4th of July. When they created that shit, we was all created equal. That's talking about the Edomites, because they had slaves. You was their slave. You wasn't created equal in their eyes at that point in time. All right, you was considered 3/5 of a man. All right, but see, Jake over here is all bullshit and bugged the fuck out, thinking he a damn Edomite. Telling him, hey bro, let me get some sunshade, some sunscreen. Like, bro, you got melanin in your skin. His name is Edom, or Esau. Wasted away is he. He lacking melanin. That's why he got to put the chemical on himself to protect him from the sun. You don't need that. All right, you above all these other nations. You got the fullness thereof. You know, they are a weaker. They beneath you. The same feeling he giving you is the real feeling that he got of himself. All right, he got the inferiority complex. That's why he got to buy the shit to put the shit on. All right, you don't have to do it naturally, but he got it in your mind that you beneath him, and you need to be trying to be like him. But see, this is a prime example on a bigger scale of what's wrong with our people and why it's important for our people to release the grips and the bonds off this goddamn Edomite. All right, they didn't have their grip and they hold on us for so long that we got this so-called Stockholm syndrome that they didn't let go, and we didn't cleave unto them, and we don't want to let them go for shit. All right. It says Tubagi released the request three months later, and O'Neill referred it to the manager named Brian Rush, in a statement of fact lodged by Tubagi, the Queensland Industrial Relations Commission, and seen by Fairfax Media. Byron allegedly refused to provide sunscreen, saying something to the effect of "because you're black." All right, and homeboy is probably being racist and facetious. But hey, in all reality, hey man, homeboy right, man. You don't need this shit because you black, bro. You got melanin. You the Lord's chosen people, man. You above us. We beneath you. We need this shit to be like you. You know what I'm saying? But my people don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's that scripture? It says, damn, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Your ass destroyed, man. You over here getting your feelings hurt and everything, this and that. And then this Edom might throw out some shit like, oh, you can't have none of this because you black. You know what I'm saying? When really he should have said, oh, you don't need none of this because you black. I'm inferior to you. I need this shit to be like you, homie. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and bow down to you and kiss your feet. You see what I'm saying? If he would have said some shit like that, Jake probably would have fought tooth and nail. Like, nah, bro, no. We equal. We the same people. Let me put some of that on so I can be like you. You see what I mean? That's what's wrong. Our people are destroyed over here in this land. All right. It says in November 2017, Tubagi was told by his co-worker there was a present waiting him in the car. He found a canister in the footwell of the front passenger seat. Alleged offender Joe Mahone says the commission should consider the close personal relationship between him and Tubagi, in which practical jokes and banter include referring to one another by reference to skin color was commonplace. So this one of these token ass Jake that be like hanging around with these damn Edomites, you know what I'm saying? Be buddy. Well, again, you know what I'm saying? You might have scenarios where you might find in your close friends or circles or whatnot, you got a so-called white person in that group, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? More than likely, that'll probably be a Jake, you know what I'm saying? If his spirit resonate with all the other Jakes and y'all don't even realize that this nigga got white skin, they be like, who that white boy? Be like, who the fuck you talking about? Oh, him. You know what I'm saying? That might be a little different scenario, but this type of dude where it's that one Jake that's hanging around with a whole bunch of Edomites, you know what I'm saying, wearing his little Wrangler pants and his camouflage jacket with some tobacco chew, you know, listening to some country music, trying to be fitting in with the Smiths and shit, you know what I'm saying? John Paul Smiths and shit, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to fit in with them, and he's like, yo, him and the Edomite saying, nah, I thought it was cool, because we always joke about this. We always make jokes referencing each other's race and color. I call him nigger all the time. You know, we joke all the time. I have him out to the bonfire. I have him sit up under my rebel flag, and listen. Demetrius comes over, man, I sit there and I let him wear the hood. I let him wear the Klansman hood. You know what I'm saying? I even brought him out to one of the Klansman meetings one time. He was out there shooting hog with us. Yeah, hell yeah, we had a good old time with that boy. You see what I'm saying? And Jake feel like he comfortable and he done made it because he feel like he on some kind of level being accepted by Esau. All right, like I said, Esau done pretty much released his grip up off of you. He got your mind still, but he done destroyed you. All these curses come upon you till you was destroyed. All right, and now he done let go of the grip and you done took a hold of his ass and you won't let him go. All right, though hand join in hand, man. The wicked not gonna go unpunished, man. Your ass gonna catch the wave too, man, if you don't let this motherfucker go. All right. And you already damn destroyed, man. Cause look at you, man. You crying and boo-hooing because you don't fit in with the nigga who want to call you a nigga, man. You see what I'm saying? The one who did all that shit to your ancestors. You want acceptance from him. The fuck you need his acceptance for? All right? He should be trying to accept himself for who he is in relation to you. He got to do all this bullshit to make himself feel better about himself because he know that he less than you. All right? That's why he dominate your ass so hard, man. It says the incident sparked outrage on social media when people claimed it is yet another example of Queensland persuasive racism, or these Edomites racism. It says Barry Downs, the general manager of the website Travel Group, the parent company of Rainbow Beach, said in a statement to Fairfax Media, "We value our employees and are supporting the process. This case will appear before court in a few weeks," you know? And really, you know what I mean, at the job place, you know what I'm saying, it ain't really the job's position to be all up in everybody's business to find out what's going on here and there, you know? Somebody reports some shit now that is their job to, you know what I'm saying, look into some shit like that. But hey, we ain't Esau's system where Esau own every damn thing. This was more likely happening outside of the job as well, at the house and at the bonfire like that, all right? This ain't just some shit, like I said, it's the job's responsibility. Jake, this your responsibility to see who the hell the damn devil is and come up out of the ways of the devil's hands, you know? Up out of his ways. Stop trying to be assimilated with him, be buddy with him, you know? Let's grab a couple scriptures real quick and close it on out. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. All right, speaking on the black guy repellent, you know, and homeboy being all in his feelings and shit like that, you know. These are the words that are supposed to comfort you, all right? This is supposed to let you know whenever you have shit like that rise up, you know what I'm saying, and you feel some type of way in your spirit. These words are like, you know what, damn, that's fucked up, that homeboy would feel like that. I'm all sad, heartbroken. But wait a minute, the scriptures say X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? And the scriptures also say X, Y, and Z, and this uplift me, all right? So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee. All right. This is one of the curses that you can find in the book of Deuteronomy 28 that's coming upon the children of Israel. All right. It says thou shalt become an astonishment. All right. When people over there looking at you, you know what I'm saying, and be like, damn, how is this nigga so fucked up? You know what I'm saying? This nigga over here all bugged out. Why these niggas always on drugs? Why these niggas always on welfare? Why these niggas always on Section 8? You know what I'm saying? Why these niggas always, what's wrong with these niggas? You know what I'm saying? I can't believe this shit. Look at these niggas. You know what I'm saying? You in astonishment now. All right. And it says, and a proverb and a byword. All right. What are proverbs and byword? Well, what's a proverb? You know, a proverb is like a deep saying, you know, it's like, man, there's so many of these things, but I can't think of nothing but like, oh, you coon, or, you know, they got all kind of different things, you know, where they say, well, something to catch a black guy or something like that. Well, what do you call this? A nigger. You see what I'm saying? That's a proverb, you know, a certain saying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a, you know, such and such. What do you call this? Oh, that's a wetback. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, whatnot, you know? Then when they say, like a byword, all right, what's a byword? Oh, you niggas, you spicks, you wetbacks, you know, you Tonto Indians, you know what I'm saying? You coons, you know what I'm saying? Darky. All these different things, you know what I'm saying? And who predominantly have these things upon them, you know? Really, we call these other nations by other bywords and proverbs, but on the whole, you know what I'm saying? On the whole, don't nobody else really got no bywords and proverbs like that, you know what I'm saying? Esau put these things on other people when he trying to demean them, like by calling them barbarians and terrorists and shit like that. But on the flip side, we the kings of the bywords and the proverbs, you know, colored, Negroes, coons, blacks, African Americans, Native Americans, Indians, which means savages, Mexicans, Spics, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans. You see what I'm saying? Spics, wetbacks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Chicos and shit like that. You know what I mean? All kind of so-called derogatory terms. You know what I'm saying? They say shit like this about us, make us jokes. Oh, a proverb. You know what I'm saying? Or a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you want to keep a black. How do you keep a black guy away from you? You know, with black guy repellent. Here's the spray. You know, that's a damn proverb. You know, you want to get rid of these niggas, spray them like Raid. You know, get rid of these roaches. You know. Now, you know, and like I said, these are the curses that came upon the children of Israel. All right, but you know, like I said, blessed he that. Well, the scriptures say, blessed he that readeth. You know, come back to her, you know what I'm saying? Come back, come back to the Lord, come back to the law, statutes, commandments. This is your comforter, and these things gonna be the wisdom and knowledge stability of our time, You understand what's in this here book, you'll understand that, this ain't the end, man. You'll understand certain things like this. This is, even though you're a byword and a proverb, none of these other philosophies or little things supposed to so-called uplift black people can tell you the future. They just tell you how fucked up your situation is, But the scriptures tell us what? The past, the present, and the future, all right? And this is their future. It says Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And Yahweh, thy power, all right, your power, the Most High is your power, all right, will put all these curses. What curses? The one we just read about. Well, the curses that's written upon the book, but we just read about one in particular about the bywords and the proverbs and the astonishment around all these other nations. From you being called niggas and spicks and shit, being on the bottom, you know what I'm saying, and being treated like shit all the damn time. All right, it says, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. Right, who's thy number one enemy? The Edomites. All right, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, and who hates you, calling you by these bywords, proverbs, and making jokes and mocking and scoffing at you. All right, primarily these Edomites. They have all these different things and mockery about you. Blackface and shit like that. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35. Actually, I'm going to read through this real quick, the whole chapter. Ezekiel 35:1. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Mount Seir, Idumea, and Edom, and Esau, they're all what the world calls the so-called white man, all right? It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, all right? And say unto it, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee and make thee most desolate. So the Most High is against these Edomites, all right? And you can, we'll grab that as well in Hosea, all right? But the Most High is against these damn Edomites, all right? He says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am I am Yahweh, all right? I am the Most High, all right? So the Most High is about to destroy these damn Edomites, for all your little bullshit, all the little different things you done did, especially touching the apple of his eye, the children of Israel, coming down under the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all the bullshit you done did, It says, verse 5, for this is the reasons why. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, or everlasting hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare unto thee blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right, so the Most High said, look, I'm about to rain down on your ass, and pour out blood on your ass, because you didn't hate blood, You spill blood out left and right on all corners, so I'm about to just run through your ass, and make you most desolate, all you cities, because that's what you did, especially unto the children of Israel. You came over here and you annihilated the so-called Native American Indians, all right, and the so-called Latinos. You didn't annihilate their ass, genocided on them, all right, and then put the rest of them into captivity. And then what you do with the Southern Kingdom? You brought them over here, torture them on the way over here, and then put the rest of them in what? In the captivity, all right? And then you still oppress us to this day, man. It says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut it off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and his hills, and in the valleys, and all the rivers, and they shall fall that are slain with the sword. And it says, I will make perpetual desolation, and the city shall not return, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Okay? So the Most High is about to destroy this place, and these Edomites, from about they place in their position because of the fact of the things that's going on, and because of the fact of their perpetual hatred, and because of the fact that they had these different things stirring up against the children of Edom, or the children of Jacob. All right, so I got somebody walking up. Give me 1 second. We're gonna close out. All right, so and actually this was all the spirit, There's an Edomite where I met at this little park at the end of this little bridge over by a waterway, right? There's an Edomite guy just walked up, looked like he in straits, he's like a homeless guy, and like I'm trying to, relaying this message, that Jake, need to come back to these scriptures, and they'll be comforted in the ways, they're not gonna be feeling all down and depressed, and they would understand who they are in relation to these damn Edomites, they wouldn't feel down and on a low level, but nevertheless, throughout the spirit, as I'm bringing up this here lesson, you know. There's an Edomite that just walked up, you know, we kind of out here, kind of like in the country a little bit, but we out here and this Edomite dude just walked up and he just flagged me down or whatever. He was like, hey, I'm out here, now there's a bunch of Edomites right here. There's a little boat ramp. This is where all the little Edomites out here bring all their boats and they shit like that and launch off in a little river, you know, out here kind of in the country, right? This Edomite dude walked up, said, hey, look, man, I'm trying to get to this store. I'm tired, or I'm trying to get to Tampa or some shit. I'm tired and whatever, whatnot. I've been walking. How far is the store? I've been puking and shitting on myself and pissing on myself. He catching hell, you know? And it's an Edomite. He probably about in his 30s, 35, you know? And you know what I'm saying? He don't look that rough as if he been out there for so long. And he's saying he come from, way south from where I am now. And he going up further north. He trying to get to Tampa. And he's probably about an hour and 45 minutes away from Tampa driving in a car, you know, on the highway, you know. He got a long way to go, you know. He's like, you know, asking now, you know, man, I need to get to a store. You know, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and so on and so forth. And you know, I just need a ride. I'm sick. I just need to sit down. I need some kind of comfort. Can I sit here and talk to you for a minute? You know, can I just sit here and hang out with you for a minute? And I'm like, nah, I'm a little busy at the moment, you know. But like you could just tell his countenance, you know, everything was failing him. Like I said, he wasn't no older dude, you know, that had been out on the road, and you could tell in his face that he'd been out on the streets for a while. No, this was a younger dude, you know, and he basically catching his hell, you know, homeboy walking around talking about, and he had a cell phone charger. So like I said, he wasn't, you know, out in the, so-called streets for so long, you know. I could just tell that he might have just recently fell upon this, you know. But homeboy, you know, now is walking in these streets, you know. Normally you would see Jake always walking and stuff like that. Most Jake don't have cars and stuff. They be riding bikes and walking, you know. But, and these Edomites, they be having the most luxurious of things, you know. They got damn cars worth more than people's houses. But now what, you see these damn Edomites walking around begging for food, change, and rides, you know, and you know, pissing and shitting on themselves, you know. And you know, like if you read the book of Deuteronomy, like this lesson is talking about, man, all these curses coming upon them, man. Read the book of Deuteronomy 28, man. Start at verse 16 going on down, man. Homeboy, and like you're gonna have to go to your enemy for the one of all things, man. Esau been dominating us for so long, but now look at his ass now. You know, I mean, shit, we still in captivity and still catching hell, you know. I don't got no big super nice car, you know what I'm saying? I got a regular regular sedan ass car, you know, and I'm over here sitting in the park, just, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of Edomites over by the river launching their boats. Why don't you go ask, why don't Esau go over to these Edomites with these big ass nice trucks and these nice ass boats dropping their shit and ask them for some water while they in their Murph, you know? I'm over here, you know, just minding my business, you know? But now that's the Lord just showing, you know, all through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, this ain't the first time the Lord has revealed, you know, something I was going through in the topic, especially the same topic of the downfall of these Edomites, these curses coming upon them, all right? And he had an Edomite just walk up and reveal that spirit, you know, down to a low level now. You know, normally Jake walking up to you asking you for change, and they the one smelling like piss and all extra drunk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can I get a cigarette? Can I get a beer? Can I get some change? You know what I'm saying? And digging in the trash can for beer and sodas and shit like that from out the trash can, you know what I'm saying? You used to see Jake like that, but now it's these Edomites, you know? But continuing on with this here lesson, all right, and this is the reason, like I said, this is all a part of the lesson, it's all in the spirit. These are the reasons why these curses coming upon these Edomites, all right? All in the spirit, you know, because of the black guy repellent type of shit. Your pride against the children of Israel, because you did all this bullshit against the children of Israel. But let me read it out the scripture, because the Most High say it more beautiful, all right? It says, Ezekiel 35:10, it says, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, we shall possess it, whereas Yahweh was there. So yeah, you done reigned in our stead, talking about you the children of the Most High, and you basically the possessors of the planet Earth, you know, and you blessed above all these other nations sitting on high and everybody else beneath you. You shitting on us, you know. The Most High says, therefore as I live, saith Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. So the Most High gonna bring these curses upon you, and he gonna bring them upon you with all the hatred and anger that you had. All right, all the different things and all the atrocities you did to us out of your hatred, the Most High gonna turn that recompense upon your head the same way. All right. And it says, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh when I have heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are laid desolate and given to us to consume. We could just talk shit to them and act like they ain't shit. They beneath us, you know. Fuck these niggas, man. These niggas is beneath us. These niggas is roaches. We need to catch some goddamn nigga repellent to repel these niggas away from us and spray them like cockroaches, man. Hey, the Most High hey, he hear all your blasphemies, what you have said, man. Out of all the bullshit you talked about the children of the Most High, man, the children of God, man. The Most High heard all your blasphemies, and now what? All these curses coming upon you, man. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I just seen another. Fuck, the first time I seen a damn example of that during the damn lesson, the damn Edomite bitch was catching her damn judgment, getting the beat down right during the damn lesson. All right, and nobody was coming around to save their ass. And now, you know what I'm saying, a damn a young Edomite male come walk up, all broke down, suffering, and catching all kind of plagues and judgment, pissing and shitting and throwing up on himself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, and ain't no pity for his ass, man. Ain't nobody having no pity on this goddamn devil, man, because he didn't have pity on us. Not only did he have no pity on us, man, he despised us and he hated us, man. Make jokes and mock and scoff about us, man. Treat us like shit, man. All right? Not only was it bad enough, you could have just ignored us and not treated us like nothing, man. You went out your way to, you know what I'm saying? You could have just ignored Jake on the job like he wasn't shit. But you over here, oh, man, we got to go out of our way to make some black guy repellent, make it a joke. It says, thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, and I have multiplied your word, and have multiplied your words against me, and I have heard them. All right. The Most High said you boasted your mouth against me. And how'd you do that? Because why? The Most High said he put his name upon the children of Israel. All right. We're going to represent him in the earth. And you did what? You blasphemy and boasted against the children of Israel, man. And took us captive and said you call yourself Israelis now, talking about, and live and possess our land, man. Talking about you the children of God, man. And this and that. And you're a walking abomination, man. And then you mock and scoff about us, man. Make us a fucking reproach upon all the other nations. All right. It says, verse 14, thus saith Yahweh power, when the whole earth rejoice, I will make thee desolate. And thou did rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel because it was desolate. Yeah, with your black guy repellent and all these other jokes that you come up with us with. All right. It says, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, they shall know that I'm Yahweh. Mount Seir, Edom, Idumea, Esau, these are all biblical names for the so-called white man. All right. It's just a different way of saying the so-called white man. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna close out Salaki on the timing, but let me see. This is Hosea chapter 2, verse 23. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that have not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which are not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my power. All right. So it says, and I will sow unto her, I will sow her unto me in the earth. All right. Being the children of Israel. All right. Starting out with the elect. All right. And 144,000 in the 1/3. All right. Bringing them back into the Most High. And I will have mercy upon her that have not obtained mercy. All right. And more, you know, in a bigger picture, just talking about to the whole house of Israel, but starting with the elect on down, the so-called white man ain't have mercy on us. All right. He oppressed, like the scriptures say, Judah and Israel was oppressed together, and there was nothing like under the whole heaven that was done unto the children of Israel, So homeboy came out and ain't had no mercy on us. So the Most High said, look, man, hey, he gonna give you judgment without mercy for them that has showed no mercy. But then also he said he gonna have mercy on Jacob. He gonna yet use Jacob, all right, and have mercy on Jacob. It says, and I will have mercy upon her that has not obtained mercy, and I will say unto them which were not my people. Yeah, Psalms 83. I will come, let us cut off the name of Israel from being a name that it shall be no more remembrance. All right, they didn't cut us off from knowing who we are and who our power is. You know what I'm saying? But now the Most High is bringing us back. All right. And he said, look, he said, and I will say to them, which are not my people. Why? Because we were so-called Babylonians. We so-called Christians, right? We so-called black people. We Gentiles. We don't think that we Israelites. All right. But he going to say unto them that say they are not my people, y'all Israelites, come back unto her. We got to come, shut off the old man, stop being a Babylonian and a Gentile and an American, come back to being an Israelite. All right. And I will say unto them, which are not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my power. All right, you're going to start calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. Let me get that in the New Testament real fast. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 25. And he say also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not my beloved. All right, I'm talking about Israel and the elect. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. All right, and that's here where they making. Hey, if they knew that you was a living, if they knew and acknowledged that you was the seed of the living power, man, you think they would have a repellent spray for you, make a joke about that? Come on, man. If you had a job, right, and you as working for the king or somebody like that, a vicious king or a vicious boss, a cartel boss, right? Would you dare get caught making jokes and scoff about his wife or his his child is, let's say, retarded or deformed? You wouldn't get caught, making jokes and scoffing about the boss man like that who got power to put you to death like that, He'd be like, oh shit, let me not do this, at least I'd be found, in contempt, and get put to death. All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 16 and 17, dealing with Esau. Not Romans, Salakia. This is Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16, dealing with Esau, all right, being beneath us, all right. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know that how afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. All right, so right now he laughing and scoffing and rejoicing, O daughter of Edom. All right, he rejoicing right now at this point in time. But it's going to be a point in time when he realizes all this judgment, as he is realizing. He going to try to seek it with tears. But, hey, man, ain't no place of repentance, man. It's over for them, And that's why these words are supposed to be your comforter, that that, hey, man, don't be feeling sad about him. You know what I'm saying? Don't be feeling sad about your scenario dealing with him. You should. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be feeling sad for him, but he's the one that needs some kind of, some sorrow or pity that's going to be given to him. But ain't going to be no pity or no mercy because he didn't show no pity or no mercy. All right. Now let me close out with this one here. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, and verse 6. It says, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I've spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. All right, and that's talking, he's speaking to the children of Israel, letting us know, who we are and all these different things in our past, basically, like, listen, look, you want to go the way of the damn heathen, and this is not, you went into captivity, you borne the shame of the damn heathen. All right, it says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are round about you shall bear their shame. All right. So as you drunk of the cup, which you weren't supposed to drink of the cup, now all the heathen, who would put their hands on you, all these curses coming upon them. So it says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. All right. All these damn heathen talking about some black guy repellent, this and that. They going to be the ones that need the so-called black guy repellent to get these jakes up off of their ass, man. Like the scriptures say, like Jacob shall be in the midst of roughly paraphrasing, Jacob should be in the midst of many people. All right, he gonna be as the mist. He's gonna be as the dew upon the grass, basically upon the grass. You know what I'm saying? And as like a lion in a field upon a field of sheep. A field of beasts that if he run it through, he both tread it down. And tear it asunder, roughly paraphrasing, So basically we're going to be like white on rice in that day, upon these damn Edomites, So they're going to need that black guy repellent, So it says, therefore thus saith Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountain of Israel, you shall shoot forth your branches and yield forth your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. All right. For behold, I am for you and will turn unto you, and you shall be tilled and sown. So the Most High saying, listen, yeah, you was fucked up before, and I had you all fucked up because you turned away from the law, statutes, commandments. That was your punishment. But I'm for you, bro. I'm with you. Listen, talk about ride or die. I'm ready to murder these motherfuckers for you, bro, because they didn't touch my children. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not that my arms are short that I can't reach you, and my ear is heavy. I can't hear you. but it's your sins that separated you from your power. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You need to come back to this. You see what I'm saying? The Most High ready to release Yahweh Shai on these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Come up out of her. Stop feeling bad trying to assimilate and be on the same level with these damn Edomites, man. It's not for you, you know? Like the scriptures say, you know, come out of her, my people, for this is not your rest. It's wholly polluted. It's going to destroy you. This is going to destroy your mindset and all that, all right? Come unto these scriptures, you know? It says, verse 9, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and you shall be tilled and sown, and I will multiply men upon you and all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be builded, and I will multiply upon you man and beast, and shall increase and bring fruit, and I will settle you after the old estates, and do better unto you than at your beginning, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. So you talking about you in a fucked up state? You just want to get on a regular level, nigga. You just want you want to be middle class. And the Most High say middle class, nigga. It ain't gonna be no class. It's gonna be the Israelites and everybody else beneath you. Ask of me, and I shall give you the heathen for thy inheritance, in the uttermost parts of the heathen for thy possession, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy inheritance. All right. Hey man, look, man, you're gonna be restored even better than before. All right. And it says, yeah, I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and they shall be their inheritance, and thou shalt no more henceforth bereave of men. I'm gonna read down, I guess, to verse 16. It says, verse 13, thus saith Yahweh power, because they say unto you, thy land devours up men, and has bereaved thy nations. Therefore thou shalt devour men no more, neither bereave thy nations anymore, saith Yahweh power. So again, these curses coming up off of us and being transferred over to them. Neither will I cause men to hear thee the shame of the heathen anymore, neither shalt thou bear the reproach of the people anymore, neither shalt thou cause thy nations to fall anymore, saith Yahweh power. So ain't nobody gonna laugh and scoff at you no more and be astonished in all these ways, man. They gonna start looking at you in your rightful spot, man. And these Edomites gonna be called out on their bullshit, you know. They coming down and we coming up, man. And that's the times that we living in, all right? With that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. You know, Lord, want to say the lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth with sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. Stay strong. Shalom.